Welcome back to Road to the College Cup. It's Sam Neidermann along with Jordan Gould. Glad that you're with us. Indiana men's soccer had a big week last week, bringing in number 10 Notre Dame and then opening up Big Ten play with the Wisconsin Badgers. Let's break things down, Jordan. Going back to Tuesday, Notre Dame's in town, big rivalry match, and it ends up being a 1-1 draw in overtime. Herbert Enderle, the heroics, 66-minute equalizer, and once again, the Hoosiers play out another overtime match.
Yeah, but a dominant showing in the shot category for the Hoosiers, outshooting the Irish 25-8, and it was really dominant all night. So it was quite a disappointment if you're Todd Yeagley and co. to really end up in that game just getting one goal and a draw against the Fighting Irish.
Indiana able to salvage a result, but the Hoosiers thought they could have gotten just a little bit more.
I thought we were the better team tonight, and I have a lot of respect for Notre Dame and what they do and their staff, but I think they would probably agree that we certainly, not just statistically, you can't get caught up, but I thought of flow and territory, quality chances. I thought we controlled the tempo. It's a disappointing locker room because you feel like you did enough to win the game, and that's good. I would rather have it that way than they're certainly content to tie.
I think we grew as a team tonight. I thought we played really well, but it feels like a loss. I mean, we expect to win every game, and when we dominate in shots like that, it's tough coming out of here without a win. But we're excited for Wisconsin Friday, starting Big Ten play, and this game is behind us, so we're looking forward to Friday.
So did the Hoosiers find a way to put it behind them heading into Wisconsin? Well, they did. IU picks up a 3-1 win over the Badgers to open up their Big Ten slate. Victor Becerra, Daniel Munie, and Malone Gumbali all score goals. A lot of newcomer action for the Hoosiers, and they found a way to get it done late.
Yeah, the bench strikes again for Todd Yeagley and co. Of course, on Tuesday it was Herbert Enderle coming off the bench, and this time Daniel Munie that put the Hoosiers up for good in this one against Wisconsin, and then Gumbali, of course, in the 90th minute, kind of the goal that iced the game. It's kind of the icing on the cake, if you will, for Indiana in this one.
Awesome goal by Gumbali, put the team on his back. Todd Yeagley really likes what he can get out of his bench.
It gives the guys, the whole group confidence, when there is a change, that they all bring something unique to the team. And it also tells the guys that haven't gotten in that, maybe it's my turn next, so when I do go in, I'm going to do my best to make an impact. It just gives the group confidence, and it gives the players individually. Malone, is brimming with confidence now after getting that goal, and Munie's been playing well. He's confident to getting a goal in a big game. It's great for Daniel.
Daniel Munie had the go-ahead goal for Indiana on Friday night against Wisconsin. It was his first career goal. Also, Jack Maher scored his first career goal against UCLA, assisted by Munie. Those two from St. Louis. Our very own Tamar Sher is also from St. Louis, and she caught up with the both of them earlier this week to get caught up on the season.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Big Ten Weekly Show for the Indiana men's soccer team. I'm Tamar Sher here with Jack Maher and Daniel Munie, two fellow St. Louisans. I am a St. Louisan myself, so I'm going to start off to open up. Tell me a little bit about the friendship that you two share. We know you played on St. Louis FC together, but what's the story behind you guys?
It was funny. We actually lived in the same neighborhood for our whole lives growing up, but just for whatever reason, he played on the Missouri side and I played on the Illinois side of Gallagher, and naturally we were just rivals all the time. And so I knew of him. I was like, we need to stop him every single game. He's too good. Our teams ended up merging and creating St. Louis FC, and it was really special ever since then.
Taking it to you, Daniel, was there any talk or communication about if you wanted to be at IU together? How was that process going through recruiting?
We went to a camp together when we merged, and that's where we first got to know each other. Now, I didn't really have IU on my table at the time until I went to a camp in December where I actually got exposure with the coaches and they really liked me. So that's when I reached out to Jack, and he was very helpful with me.
Little do you probably even know that before anything, of course, Kevin Robeson loves St. Louis kids and everything about that. And so he watched him a bunch, and then at the camp he immediately texts me afterwards and goes, "What do you think about Daniel Munie?" And I'm like, this kid's a stud. We absolutely need him. We need him.
What's it like being able to contribute so early on
not normally one to score goals or anything like that, but I think it's funny that right whenever Munie comes in for that game against UCLA, and it's actually he assisted my first goal. And so, like, a little St. Louis to St. Louis connection, like
all year.
Yeah, all year. Like, we've been working on it for forever. So I mean,
chemistry's unreal.
exactly. It's pretty special.
More to the fun questions. Okay, all from St. Louis here. So, can you tell me a little bit about your opinions on the Blues win this past season?
Wow. How about that? No, I've been watching the Blues all my life. I've been going to games with my dad and mom occasionally. Like, Blues winning brought so much joy to the city, like unbelievable. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for being with us today. With Jack Maher and Daniel Munie, I'm Tamar Sher for the BTN Weekly Show.
Next up, Indiana goes up north. Just a little quick drive to Indianapolis to take on the Butler Bulldogs on Tuesday night. Todd Yeagley's squad going up against Butler, who's 3-3 on the season, Jordan.
Yeah, it'll be a tough road environment for the Hoosiers, of course, seeing a Wisconsin team that Butler faced already this year and an Ohio State team that Butler beat as well. So really having success against Big Ten opponents. You hope if you're IU, they don't get a third win against a Big Ten opponent, but anything is possible. It'll be a tough game, but Indiana has really just looked impressive in these last couple of matches, being able to finish, right? Particularly in that Wisconsin game when Wisconsin had the goal and Indiana's ability to quickly respond to that. You hope on a tough road game up in Indianapolis, they'll do the same.
Indiana defeated Butler last season at home 3-0. Hoosiers take on the Bulldogs Tuesday. It's kickoff at 7 p.m. and it will be on Facebook Live, so you can dial up the stream that way. Should be a fun one. For Jordan Gould and Tamar Sher, I'm Sam Neidermann. We'll talk to you next week on Road to the College Cup.